Once my friends and I read science fiction tales. We dreamed of space and rockets to the moon. Someday we'd live to walk upon the planets. The future, oh, it couldn't come too soon. Now it's long past the time we called the future. Still we carry on from day to day. The wonders of tomorrow still elude us. Reality keeps getting in the way. And the starlit crystal spires along the Grand Canal, the cloud light on the warm Venusian sea, have vanished like the stuff that dreams are made of. The future isn't like it used to be. We watched as gallant men rode thunder to the sky. Our probes brought distant planets into view. The dry and cratered plains of Mars and Venus. Some dreams were dead before they could come true. The Saturn V once carried spacemen moonward. We've lost the plans to build her kind again. Bureaucracy and budgets dragged her under. Her launching pad stands rusting in the rain. And the starlit crystal spires along the Grand Canal, the cloud light on the warm Venusian sea, have vanished like the stuff that dreams are made of. The future isn't like it used to be. The century's last year was safely far away. We'd have machines that talked with us and more. Never knew the challenge we'd be facing was code we key punched 40 years before. Atomic-powered rockets were a pipe dream. Most cities still burn coal to chase the dark. The monorail that once ran to the spaceport takes children to an outing in the park. Starlit crystal spires along the Grand Canal, the cloud light on the warm Venusian sea, have vanished like the stuff that dreams are made of. The future isn't like it used to be. But the future that we lost is still someplace out there. Orion still rides hellfire toward the blue. Rockets proudly land upon their tail fins, as God and Robert Heinlein meant them to. Yes, someplace there are old fans who remember the way the future was when we were young. And when the chains of space and time slip from me, I'll be part of the song that once was sung. Share a song with Riesling beside the Grand Canal, ride light sails on the endless starry sea. When I've become the stuff that dreams are made of, in the future of my children's memory. I wrote that mainly for my father, who died a couple of years ago, and who went to school with Isaac Asimov. This set is mostly about dreams. In the year of 1986, on an icy winter's day, the Shuttle Challenger left the pad and started on her way. The Shuttle Challenger lifted off with 7 brave women and men. In flames they died just 10 miles high and never came home again. Never came home again. In flames they died just 10 miles high and never came home again. Never say that they died in vain, nor stay on the ground afraid. The stars are one step closer now because of the price we've paid. And mourn for the shuttle that flies no more, and weep for the friends we've lost. But to leave the earth will still be worth whatever it has to cost. Whatever it has to cost. To leave the earth will still be worth whatever it has to cost. Fire no guns in last salute, but let the rockets roar, and reach for the wide and starry sky as Challenger did before. And raise no earthbound slab of stone to mark the place they lie, but write their names with the shuttle's flames 10 miles in the sky. 10 miles in the sky. Write their names with the shuttle's flames 10 miles in the sky. Here's a toast to the Challenger's crew who died for the dream of space, and all the pioneers who have the sky for a resting place. No grave nor tombstone do they need, for the memory will survive as long as we fly beyond the sky and keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. As long as we fly beyond the sky and keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Let the shuttles fly beyond the sky and keep the dream alive. There's a place I heard of once and wished that I could find, where people listen to you when you say what's on your mind, where you can swap tall tales or share a quiet drink with friends, where anything can happen and the party never ends. It wasn't any place but stories in a book, but now and then I'd pass a bar, drop in and take a look. Then I logged in on the network in a group I'd never seen, and found what I'd been seeking in the world behind the screen. Time and space are just a dream we dream when we're apart. Home is a welcome feeling deep inside the heart. Stranger is just a name for some old friend we haven't met, when we're together someplace in the net. Network's just a shadow play of words upon a screen, but you can talk for hours with old friends you've never seen. In a world of words and dreams where only thoughts can roam, where you can weave a fantasy and make it feel like home. Time and space are just a dream we dream when we're apart. Home is a welcome feeling deep inside the heart. stranger's just a name for some old friend we haven't met. When we're together someplace in the net, some weave a magic cloak of words to shape their presence there. The tiger and the unicorn, the tin man and the bear. Some weep for long-lost lovers, some laugh with new-made friends, and anything can happen, and the party never ends. Time and space are just a dream we dream when we're apart. Home is a welcome feeling deep inside the heart. Stranger's just a name for some old friend we haven't met. When we're together someplace in the net, time and space are not enough to keep good friends apart. Callahan's is just a name for somewhere in the heart. We'll drink a toast to friends we knew before we ever met. When we're together someplace in the net. This one should be familiar, so if you know the chorus, feel free to sing along. Beside the world we live in, apart from day and night, is a world ablaze with wonder of magic and delight. Like a magic crystal mirror, my computer lets me know of the other world within it, where my body cannot go. You can only see the shadows of electrons on a screen from the world inside the crystal that no human eye has seen. The computer is a gateway to a world where magic rules, where the only law is logic, webs of words the only tools, where we play with words and symbols and creation is the game. For our symbols have the power to become the things they name. You can only see the shadows of electrons on a screen from the world inside the crystal that no human eye has seen. Now you who do not know this world, its dangers or its joys, you take the things we build there and you use them as your toys. Trust them with your fortunes or let them guard your lives. From the chaos of creation, just their final form survives. You can only see the shadows of electrons on a screen from the world inside the crystal that no human eye has seen. Call us hackers, call us wizards, with derision or respect. Still our souls are marked by something that your labels can't affect. Though our words are touched by strangeness, there is little we can say. You would only hear the echo of a music far away. You can only see the shadows of electrons on a screen from the world inside the crystal that no human eye has seen. How am I doing for time? Let's see. Okay.
All 47 verses.
Well, two more is all I have. So as long as we're doing dreams, this is the bad dream. Not exactly. One night a month since last October, all our data had been trashed. Some called it software pirates, others said the disk had crashed. The boss called me and Joe Van Helsing, and he said, "You two are bright. I don't care how you do it, but we want it fixed tonight." Well, we came in after dinner, and the place was like a tomb. The pale fluorescence flicker cast cold shadows in the room. We ran all the diagnostics, the results were looking great. So we loaded the debugger and we settled down to wait. Then the minutes passed like hours, and the hours felt like days, and the console seemed to shimmer in a caffeine-loaded haze, till a little after midnight as the full moon reached its height, and it shone in through the skylight with a pale and sickly light. Then the moonlight touched the console, and it crawled along the floor, till it reached the old 650 in the corner by the door. It must be 40 years since that machine was last plugged in, but when the moonlight touched it, that old drum began to spin. As the drum spun up, we heard it, a sad, unearthly wail, and the vacuum tubes were glowing with a luster grim and pale. The console typer rattled with a sound like shaken bone, and we watched in growing horror as a cord snaked toward the phone. The mainframe's modem answered the 650's ghostly call. "You will unload all your data and then erase it all." And the modem beeped and twittered as the mainframe lost its mind. "My God," cried Joe Van Helsing, "that's a vampire on the line." I slammed the mainframe's reset switch so fast I broke my hand. Joe dove at the 650, I didn't see him land. He ripped its cover open, and I heard him give a shout. Then there came a harsh metallic scream, and all the lights went out. Pulled Joe from the wreckage by the pale moon's waning light. He was out cold but still breathing, and I hoped he'd be all right. And by the moon's last glimmer I could make out what he'd done. He'd wedged his silver tie clip in the thing's magnetic drum. When the gray dawn lit the windows, Joe finally came to. He looked like death warmed over, but he knew just what to do. So we got some silver solder, tied its input pins to ground, and jabbed a wood stake through the drum. I still can hear that sound. Our boss came in next morning, and he asked, "How was your night?" Joe answered, "Well, we found it, just a vampire megabyte." And then we saw the console. The boss said, "Now what's this hack?" On the screen in fiery letters was the message, "I'll be back."
After you wrote the stake through its drum, did you bury it under a crossbar?
Face down 9-inch first.
Yes, definitely. That's how Herman Hollerith is buried, you know. Second millennium's over. I'm not sorry to leave it behind, but we all had our dreams of tomorrow, and I can't get them off of my mind. Where is the promise that beckoned? Where has our old future gone? Everything should have been different. Light of the millennium's dawn. Can you hear the rockets thunder as they carry us up past the skies? Can you see see the cities of wonder as they gleam in the bright sunrise? Can you tell me where our hopes and dreams and our maps of the future have gone? They were carried away on the night wind before the millennium's dawn. Oh, I should have been watching the earth rise from a dome on the bright lunar plain, but I took a wrong turn at the 60s. Now I'm driving back home in the rain. So where are the domed lunar cities? Where have space colonies gone? I can't find my way to the spaceport in the light of the millennium's dawn. Can you hear the rockets thunder as they carry us up past the skies? Can you see the cities of wonder as they gleam in the bright sunrise? Can you tell me where our hopes and dreams and our maps of the future have gone? They were carried away on the night wind before the millennium's dawn. We had pictures of towers that glisten, standing tall in the clear light of day, connected by ribbons of sidewalk. They look nothing like South San Jose. So where are the cities and skyways? Where have the monorails gone? I still can't see them gleaming in the light of the millennium's dawn. Can you hear the rockets thunder as they carry us up past the skies? Can you see the cities of wonder as they gleam in the bright sunrise? Can you tell me where our hopes and dreams and our maps of the future have gone? They were carried away on the night wind before the millennium's dawn. Now there ought to be talking computers and mechanical servants, of course, but they all flunked the Turing test badly. They'll deep blue on a chest by brute force. So where's Hal now when we need him? Or where have the robots all gone? I still can't hear them marching in the light of the millennium's dawn. Can you hear the rockets thunder as they carry us up past the skies? Can you see the cities of wonder as they gleam in the bright sunrise? Can you tell me where our hopes and dreams and our maps of the future have gone? They were carried away on the night wind before the millennium's dawn. Well, here's to an age that's departed, and to pictures we drew in the sand. All the dreams that I had when we started have crumbled to dust in my hand. Guess I'll pull a new map from my pocket. Never mind where the old ones have gone, and I'll look for a new road to follow in the light of the millennium's dawn. Can you hear the bells all ringing as they welcome the bright sunrise? Can you see a small child singing with wonder in her eyes? Can you take new hope and dream again after the darkness is gone and the winds of time are blowing after the millennium's dawn? Yes, we'll make the rockets thunder to carry us up past the skies. We will build new cities of wonder to gleam in the bright sunrise. Here's hope to heal your sorrow. Now that the old dreams are gone and the past has turned into tomorrow, in the light of the millennium,